Remember, securing seed funding for your startup is a challenging process, and it may take time and persistence. Be prepared for rejection. Learn from feedback and continuously refine your pitch and strategy. Building a strong network, showcasing your expertise, and demonstrating market potential will significantly increase your chances of getting seed funding. Let's take a look at these steps to obtain seed funding for your startup. Refine your business idea. Start by developing a clear and compelling business plan that outlines your product or service, target market, revenue model, and growth strategy. Make sure to identify the problem you're solving and how your solution is unique. Build a prototype or minimum viable product (MVP). Create a working prototype or MVP to demonstrate the feasibility and potential of your idea. This will help investors visualize your product and its potential impact. Research potential investors. Identify potential seed investors who have a track record of funding startups in your industry or niche. Look for angel investors, venture capital firms, or seed funding programs that align with your business goals and sector. Prepare a pitch deck. Craft a compelling pitch deck that presents your business idea, market opportunity, competition analysis, revenue projections, and your team's expertise. Include a clear ask for seed funding, specifying the amount of capital you need and how you plan to utilize it. Network and attend startup events. Attend industry conferences, pitch competitions, and networking events to connect with potential investors and mentors. Building relationships and making connections in the startup ecosystem can increase your chances of securing seed funding. Join startup incubators or accelerators. Consider applying to startup incubators or accelerators that provide funding, mentorship, and resources to early-stage companies. These programs often have a network of investors and can help you refine your business model. Seek government grants and programs. Research government grants, loans, or programs designed to support early-stage startups. Governments often provide funding and resources to foster innovation and entrepreneurship. Online fundraising platforms. Consider online platforms like Kickstarter or Indiegogo to raise seed funding. These platforms allow you to present your idea to a broad audience and solicit funding from interested individuals. Friends and family. Approach friends, family members, and acquaintances who may be interested in supporting your startup. They can provide initial funding or act as a co-investor alongside other investors. Pitch competitions. Participate in pitch competitions and startup contests. These events often have prize money or investment opportunities for winners, and they provide valuable exposure to potential investors and industry experts. Strategic partnerships. Explore potential strategic partnerships with established companies in your industry. These partnerships can provide not only financial support, but also access to resources, mentorship, and market validation. Incubators and co-working spaces. Join startup incubators or co-working spaces that provide access to a supportive community and resources. Some incubators may offer seed funding to their members or connect them with investors. Attend investor demo days. Attend investor demo days or pitch events where startups present to a panel of investors. These events provide an opportunity to pitch your startup directly to potential investors and receive immediate feedback. Industry-specific events and conferences. Attend industry-specific events and conferences related to your startup's sector. These events often attract investors and provide opportunities to network, pitch your idea, and potentially secure seed funding. Angel networks. Explore angel investor networks in your region. These networks consist of individual angel investors who pool their resources and expertise to invest in promising startups. Connecting with angel networks can help you tap into a broader investor base. Research grants and funding programs. Investigate research grants and funding programs offered by government agencies, research institutions, or foundations. These sources often support innovative projects and may provide seed funding for startups with a research or technology focus. Bootstrapping. Consider self-funding or bootstrapping your startup initially by using personal savings, credit cards, or revenue generated from early customers. You can demonstrate your commitment and ability to execute on your business idea. Industry-specific grant and competitions. Research grants and competitions specific to your industry or niche. Many industries have organizations or programs that offer funding or prizes to innovative startups. Look for opportunities that align with your business and apply accordingly. Strategic alliances. Seek out strategic alliances or partnerships with larger companies in your industry. These alliances can bring not only financial support but also expertise, resources, and market access. They may also lead to investment opportunities or acquisition offers down the line. Convertible notes. Consider offering convertible note as an investment option. Convertible notes are a type of debt instrument that can convert into equity in the future. This allows early investors to provide funding while deferring the valuation of the company until a later funding round. Equity crowdfunding. Explore equity crowdfunding platforms like Seed Invest, Republic, or StartEngine. These platforms enable startups to raise capital by selling equity to a large pool of individual investors. It can provide access to a diverse investor base and potential exposure for your startup. Accelerator or incubator programs. Apply to accelerator or incubator programs that offer funding along with mentorship and resources. These programs often have a network of investors who are interested in supporting startups that have graduated from their programs. Grants from nonprofit organizations. Look for grants and funding opportunities offered by nonprofit organizations that support entrepreneurship, innovation, or social impact. Some organizations provide funding specifically for startups with a mission-aligned focus. Pre-sales or pre-orders. If applicable to your business model, consider offering pre-sales or pre-orders of your product or service. This not only generates revenue upfront, but also demonstrates market demand and customer interest to potential investors. Pitch to corporate venture capital (VC) arms. Many established companies have their own venture capital arms dedicated to investing in startups. Research and identify corporate venture capital firms that focus on your industry or have a strategic interest in your product or service. Government funding programs. Explore government funding programs specifically designed to support startups and innovation. These programs may offer grants, subsidies, or low-interest loans to early-stage companies, helping you secure seed funding while leveraging public resources. Tap into alumni networks. Leverage your educational institution's alumni network to connect with potential investors who have a shared affiliation with your alma mater. Reach out to alumni who are active in the startup ecosystem and seek their guidance and support. Seek angel syndicates. Angel syndicates are groups of angel investors who collaborate to pool their resources and invest collectively in startups. Approach angel syndicates that have a focus on seed stage investments and seek opportunities to pitch your startup to them. Target impact investors. If your startup has a social or environmental impact component, explore impact investors who are specifically interested in funding businesses that generate positive social or environmental outcomes alongside financial returns. Pitch to micro VCs. Explore micro venture capital firms that focus on early-stage startups. These firms typically invest Smaller amounts of capital compared to traditional venture capital firms that can provide valuable funding and support for your startup. Strategic grant and partnerships. Look for strategic grants or funding opportunities from corporations, foundations, or organizations that have a vested interest in your industry or market. Some companies offer grants or funding specifically to support innovative startups in their field. Tap into online communities, engage with online communities, and platforms dedicated to startups and entrepreneurship. Platforms like Reddit's are startups, Hacker News, or industry-specific forums can provide valuable insights, feedback, and potential connections to investors. Venture debt. Consider venture debt as an alternative to equity financing. Venture debt providers offer loans to startups with the potential for high growth. While it adds debt to your balance sheet, it allows you to retain more equity ownership compared to traditional equity financing. Proof of concept grants. Research grants specifically aimed at supporting the development of proof of concept or prototype projects. These grants can provide crucial funding to demonstrate the viability and potential of your startup's concept. Partner with early customers. Explore partnerships with early customers who are interested in your product or service. They may be willing to invest or provide upfront payments, serving as a source of seed funding while also validating market demand. Alternative financing options. Explore non-traditional financing options, such as revenue-based financing or crowdfunding loans. These alternative funding models allow you to raise capital based on your revenue projections or through a community of lenders. Equity crowdfunding platforms. Consider leveraging equity crowdfunding platforms that allow everyday investors to invest in early-stage startups. Platforms like Seedrs, Crowdcube, or WeFunder provide opportunities to raise capital from a broad base of individual investors. Industry-specific funds, research, and target venture capital funds or angel groups that focus specifically on your industry or sector. These investors often have domain expertise and can provide valuable insights, connections, and funding opportunities. Funding from industry associations. Explore industry associations or trade organizations related to your startup's sector. Some associations offer grants or funding programs to support startups within their industry and provide access to a network of industry-specific investors. Pre-seed funds. Consider applying to pre-seed funds or programs that focus on providing early-stage funding to startups with promising ideas. These funds typically invest at the idea or prototype stage and can help you bridge the gap between initial concept and seed funding. Government-sponsored innovation programs. Many governments have initiatives or programs to promote innovation and entrepreneurship. These programs may offer grants, subsidies, tax incentives, or funding opportunities for startups. Research government agencies and programs that support startups in your country or region. Innovation grants from corporations. Some corporations offer innovation grants or funding programs to support startups and entrepreneurs working on innovative projects that align with their business goals. Research and approach corporations that have a history of supporting startups in your space. Utilize online fundraising platforms. In addition to traditional crowdfunding platforms, explore online fundraising platforms tailored to startups, such as Fundable, Angela Syndicates, or CircLoop. These platforms connect entrepreneurs with accredited investors who are actively seeking investment opportunities. Remember to tailor your approach to each potential investor or funding source, highlighting aspects that match their interests or investment criteria. Continually improve your pitch, seek feedback, and adjust your strategy based on the responses and insights you receive. Each investor or organization may have different criteria and preferences, so tailor your message to match their investment priorities. Good luck in securing seed funding for your startup.